Hello and welcome to Rolling with Reviews. I'm Will, and with me as always is the one who's ship shape,
Sarah.
And today we're doing a review of Endeavor Deep Sea. Now if you're curious about our two-player perspective and accessibility, check out our other video, Rolling with Two, Endeavor Deep Sea. Sarah, tell us a bit about this game.
All right. In Endeavor Deep Sea, you run a research institute with the goal of preserving the fragile balance of marine life. Throughout the game, you'll recruit field experts, which gain you new action spaces, and use their abilities with action tokens to explore new locations, research dive sites, publish critical ecological papers, and launch conservation efforts. Players who best utilize their action resources and score the most points in a versus game wins. Or players can cooperatively play together utilizing the same action system to achieve a specific number of goals. The number of goals you choose will determine the game's difficulty. All right, Will, so why did we get this?
So you knew about the previous iteration, the Age of Sail, and with that it had like a lot of colonization, which you didn't care for. And when this one came out, they cleaned that up and changed the theme and streamlined a lot of components.
Right, and gameplay.
So you decided, that's worth checking out because the mechanics seemed interesting.
The mechanics, the theme, and a big thing I heard was that this was supposed to be better for a two-player experience because the previous one was not the most well-received at two players.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about what we do like about the game. There is no attacking other players.
That probably helps on the two-player count because when you have an attacking game at a two-player count, it's more than just one person going down, one person going up. Because there's only two players, the widening gap is just markedly more impactful.
Exactly. Now, there is denial, but it's, you're going to have that in any game.
You just used up the resources that are on the board. That's all it is. And you can see them doing it, so they just beat you to it.
Right. And there are actually positive player interactions in the game. Not a lot, but there's some. When you do a journal, a lot of them give you something and give everyone else something too.
Yes. Also, when you explore, well, you're opening up the board for everybody.
Yeah. You get the immediate, exploration.
I've discovered this.
Right. But now everybody can go there and, continue to explore the other aspects of that board.
Yeah.
So you made the game better for everybody.
Also, there are certain icons that are linked together.
Yes.
And when two different players go together, they each get that linked bonus for having their tokens there. Now, if you were all by yourself and linked it, you would still get the bonus. You just wouldn't get it twice.
Right. And you'd have to do, double the work to get the bonus once. Or if you do it and another player does it, then you're still only doing it once to get the benefit once.
Yes.
So, yeah. There's just a really good organization of the components while you're playing the game to help ease the flow of the game.
Yeah. So, like, for example, your player mat is organized that when you start a turn, you look at the top track, you resolve it. You look at the next track, resolve it, and you just go down the line, and that helps the mental game flow. Additionally, the experts are all in a tray that all you have to do to set up the game is shuffle the experts at the end because they're all randomly different and unique.
Yeah, they're all unique, yeah.
But otherwise, you can prepare it when you put it away so that when you just open it up, slide out the tray, you're ready to go.
Right. And that leads into the deluxe version. So that is one of the things. We have the deluxe version, the standard version. I don't know what it looks like inside, but this one
I think it still did have the tray for the experts.
The experts, it had a tray, but I don't think it had the rest of the deluxe organization. And the really cool thing that they did that other companies failed to do is they give you a sheet that tells you how to put everything in the box, and it all fits really well. And you need that so that you know where things go, and then if you forget, you can always reference it. The only downside being there's a first expansion, and they plan to do more expansions. But this box insert is not future-proof at all, not even for the first expansion. So from what I've seen for at least the first expansion, they're doing a nice deluxe insert for it. So you'll have a series of expansion boxes that are really great for its component. Hopefully at the end, I think they said that they were going to do a big all
Yeah, I think
box.
this is the one you said that once they feel they've done all the expansion material, then they'll consider doing a big box. No promises, though.
No promises. So just something to note, that is the good and bad thing about a great insert is depending on how forward ahead they designed it.
The sad thing is we are recording this video just after the Kickstarter ended for the
Yeah, but by the time this posts, it'll be way after. But
yes,
you might still want to check out the Kickstarter because a lot of them now do a
purchase still.
Yeah, there's still a way to pledge after the campaign. There's a lot of ways that they do that now with the various pledge managers, or even if it's way in the future, just check out their website and hopefully they have it. What else? Gameplay mechanisms. I mean, just what you do in the game is very engaging.
Yeah, and it makes sense that, well, I'm going to take the time to explore this.
Yeah.
Well, I get rewarded for that. I'm moving to that location. Well, moving to that location gives you a reward. All right. It feels plentiful.
Yes.
And engaging, especially when you start engaging in the elements that it helps me, but it also helps everyone else at the table too.
Right, because you get usually more for it, which, that's how it gets you to choose an option that helps other people, is that it gets you more.
And it doesn't cost you as much.
Right, exactly. And just how well the theme is integrated into those mechanisms. Like we're saying, it makes sense. I went to this spot and researched whatever was there, and now I'm going to post a journal about, my research.
And I learned about her research, and that made my company better, which makes so much sense. It's not I'm going to blow up your ship because I'm a research institute.
Like, wait, what? Are we pirates or are we researchers? What?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that covers about everything we like about the game. So what we don't like.
The co-op for 2 players.
Yeah.
Specifically. It's a really, really hard because the way they've structured each goal, it's a very tall order to meet its threshold for 2 players. And we tried it. We didn't succeed at a single goal.
And we played it on easy. And now my thought, again, I'm definitely more of a Care Bear gamer. So when I play co-ops, I generally like to win more than I like to lose. But I like to at least feel like I had the possibility of winning. But because each person needs to do more to win a co-op, but you don't have more actions to do it, it really feels impossible. There's just too much to do. So the burden is spread out the more players that you have. Even though the threshold goes up, that initial threshold, I don't even know what it'd be like for solo. Honestly, I don't know, but solo players tend to like things harder. So if you like hard co-ops, this is probably something you'd like, but I just want to warn you, it may not be really good at 2 players. We did not like it, but admittedly, we are Care Bear.
Well, because it didn't substantively change the game experience from the verses.
No.
You still did every single thing you did in the verses. It's just now we also had to do these goals.
Oh, and there were setbacks. I mean, like the very end, we're deep down, we are about to do all the things, and we get the setback that tells us to put all our ships 2 regions up. And I'm like, we didn't have enough actions to complete the goals when we were down in the depths. Now we have to spend all our actions to go back down. I almost told Will, I don't even want to finish the last round because there's no point. We could not win. It feels like that other co-op where we got to the very end and it said go home. You can't go to the helicopter or whatever the heck we were trying to do.
You're thinking Castaway.
Castaways.
Yeah,
we had to get there.
We just had to light the signal fire, and so we were pushing to do that, and we had a card that just flipped up and goes, "No, your turn is over."
It just feels like the game saying, "Don't play me."
Yeah.
And so I'm just severely disappointed because this theme lends itself to cooperative play. So I was very excited that I was going to have a game that I was going to enjoy both competitively and cooperatively. And I'm sorry to say slightly angry about the cooperative play.
I think the competitive game is fine. So
it is.
I didn't think the co-op added much for me. So
I was just hoping it would have been a good option.
Right.
It is not.
Right.
Okay. Moving on, vision accessibility issues. There are unfortunately quite a few contrast issues where it is just really hard to read the names, which generally speaking are not that important, but still it's thematic.
Yeah.
But more importantly is icons. They did not do high contrast of a lot of the icons on the background, and since a lot of them are on the big seed tiles, you can't pick those up in the middle of the game to be able to read them. You have to get up.
Since they have stuff on them.
Right. There's going to be stuff. There's going to be tokens in your ships.
But we went all over that in
Yes.
our other video, Rolling with Two, so check that out.
Yep. All right. Moving on. Who this is for.
I think this is a great game to introduce people to heavier games.
I agree, because it is so good at teaching the game. And there's such good organization. I mean, I really think heavier games that can use graphic design and components to guide you through how to play the game flow. So you're not struggling with the concepts just of what do I do on my turn. If you're not struggling with that, then you can actually focus on figuring out your strategy and playing the heavy mechanisms.
Yeah.
So this is a really good introduction to, I've been playing a lot of medium weight games, maybe some that are slightly towards heavier, and this will get you at least to the shallow end of the deep end of the,
Yeah, and from what we also found, the more the merrier, the more you see with more
Right.
players, the more
yeah.
things that can be done with more players. So it'll also lessen some of the upper cognitive load the more players you also have
Right.
too. So grab those casual players and start making them intermediate with a deep sea adventure.
Right. Okay, let's go over our ratings.
So for our ratings, we each have 1d6 worth of ratings to give. 1 is low, 6 is high. We give a number, a reason why, add them together and see what it rolled for us. Sarah, what did Endeavor Deep Sea roll for you?
It rolled a 5. This is almost a perfect game for me. I love the theme. I love the mechanisms. I just really enjoy what you do in the game. It's pipped down by 2 things. The vision accessibility, because I have to be I have to be our eyes.
Yes.
And if I'm struggling to read the things, I have no one else to rely on. So that really slowed down and impeded the game of just literally not being able to see what these icons are or read what the things are.
Yeah, for like one tile you picked it up. You actually you put everything aside just so you could pick it up. You looked at it and go, nope.
Yeah, we had to use a CCTV, which enlarges it, and we can do, high contrast, invert the colors. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what, one of the tiles, I think I forgot to put dive tokens on because I just didn't see
it
the
just blended
line.
in.
The line for where you put the dive tokens and the icons in the upper left are just so hard to see. So that is unfortunately it. And then the other thing is I'm disappointed that I can't play this co-op. I'm with Will. I love this 100% competitive. I just wanted that additional option because I feel this theme really would have supported co-op play. But for us, it was just too hard and too unfun. It just, yeah.
Yeah, it took a lighthearted, fun
Right?
experience and just added stress to it.
Yes, it was just stress inducing. And then when I got to the end and it pretty much said, nope, don't play this game. I was like, well, I don't want to play co-op mode anymore. Mm-hmm. There you go. You won. Game.
Yeah. I hope you feel happy about what you did.
Happy about.
For me, also a 5. Same thing, really. The co-op was a disappointment at the 2-player count.
Yeah.
And the slight things. I wouldn't say the accessibility, but then again, I'm also not the eyes for us.
Yes.
It was just sad to see the cooperative add nothing for us at a 2-player count.
It will. I don't want to say it will be better at it will be better at higher player counts than 2 players, but I still don't think it's going to be easy.
I think cooperatively would be best at the highest player count possible.
Which you need the deluxe version to get to 5 players, and you'll have the best pieces, the best vision accessibility. I think, though, you're still in for a challenging co-op. So if you do not like challenging co-ops, don't buy this game for that specifically. But it's a good good competitive game.
Yes.
Okay, so we're at 10 out of 12.
10 out of 12, not bad, considering it was just a version of the game that you don't need to play.
It's the best version of the game, in my opinion, but take it with a grain of salt because we never played the previous one.
Well, no, I was talking about the co-op.
Oh, the co-op, yes.
Is a version of the game where you can still play competitively, perfectly fine.
Yes.
Have a fantastic experience.
Agreed.
All right, and Sarah.
Yes.
With them planning extra expansions, is there anything you're thinking that they might do?
I would love if they made co-op better, but I'm sorry, I'm just not going to let go of that.
That's pretty obvious now that I think about it.
Well, no, a lot of people will do that if they take player feedback in, and sure, there's enough people that like it as is, but they maybe add a family variant or something.
Yeah, lesser thresholds.
Lesser, because I'm not gonna go through and try to fix someone else's game so that I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just beyond that at this point. But if they give me rules saying, okay, these thresholds for 2-player or whatever were too high, try these ones, or maybe there's positive events. You don't use the setbacks, because I think the setbacks are terrible. I get it. It makes sense in real life. Bad things will happen while you're out there doing the research and the things. I just didn't want to experience it in a game that was already too hard to begin with.
Yeah, and I can definitely see ways to make it even easier. Like, for example, maybe have it so that everybody has to achieve a personal goal.
Yeah.
And the personal goal would be like, reach this threshold on this track.
Yeah.
And if everyone does that and you achieve one
Yeah.
of the 7 goals, that's a family victory.
Yeah, I would be happy because, again, I love that this theme really lends itself to cooperative play. I'm just surprised they made it so hard when the competitive experience doesn't feel like it would go that way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it does in higher player count games. Maybe as much as we're saying you can explore more in higher player count games, maybe the competition is also more stressful.
Yeah.
That's possible.
It's very possible.
So, I don't know. That's for me. Is there something you'd want them to add?
Probably something having to do with discovering the sea life.
Well,
because
it is conservation. That's supposed to be...
It's conserving what's there, but not really discovering new sea life.
Got you. Okay.
Things that we don't know. In fact, it's commonly said that we really have no idea what's out in the oceans, which is why we explore it.
Right.
So all the conservations were for things we already know about.
That's a good point.
And we know that they're in danger. But what's the giant squid down there? What's what other sea life that...
Where are the merfolk?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go that far, but...
Okay.
But yeah, actually have that level of exploration kind of developed a little bit.
More of actually discovering rather than just preserving.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
That would be cool.
Yes. And that'll do it for us, and we've been Rolling with Reviews. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with 2, that's TWO. We're on Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Discord, we have a channel on Tabletop Express. Check the show notes for the invite link.
If you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.